What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the first episode. No, not the first. Why am I so? I'm so stupid. I'm so sorry. The first episode is about to come out. No, I need to make the thumbnail for the first episode, which is why I'm so confused there. This is the third episode of the new Civ 5 AI only battle. None of the videos have gone out for you guys to see yet, so that's why obviously I've just got completely confused when I've said the first. That's why. It's because the first one's coming out tomorrow or 2 days from now. So there you go. But we're back. Turn 100 on that mess. There we go. Just complete words. We're just gonna stop. Brain going blank. There we go. Not Blaine going blank. Brain going. I can't say it too many times. Sweden and Denmark have peaced out. And we're back covering the important things. We'll just talk about the game, not about anything else, and that should save us, hopefully. Right, what do we got? Belgium into the industrial era as well as we pass turn 101. Austria joining. I think Austria, bit of a dark horse for this game. I gotta give it to them. I think they might be a real contender here. But we've got some big wars breaking out. Who is this? Oh, Czechia versus East Germany. That could be interesting. I don't know how that's going to go. Because, I mean, East Germany seems to have a lot of troops here. Are they fighting Poland or am I going crazy? Yeah, I think they are. We'll see how this goes. I don't know what's going on here. It's hard to remember. Can be very messy. But France, not in the best positions. The Netherlands are going after them again. Bad timing, really, after you lost these cities. So, big mistake. But Brittany going again. And this could be a little bit more successful for them. We'll see how it goes. They weakened them the first time, and then Normandy sort of came and did their thing. But we'll see. Yeah, East Germany, I think they might be in a bit of trouble. I'll have a look. Let's open this up. Easy way to find out. I say easy, you have to scroll through quite a bit. Where is East Germany on here? At war with me. That's always a good start. At war with Czechia, Hungary, and Poland. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty bad, right? They don't border Hungary, sort of do, sort of don't. There's a little border up here. But yeah, the main ones will be Czechia and Poland. But I think Poland's at war with some others. Also, Denmark and Poland just peaced out. And, well, I was saying maybe Poland was getting too strong when Denmark was falling. And now Denmark has Berlin. I don't know what's going on. These two just on some ridiculous games here. But there you go. Denmark gaining Berlin. Crazy stuff. Normandy has declared another war on Aquitaine. They do border each other. Small border here. Not sure about that. We'll see how this goes. I imagine nothing's going to happen. That's my guess. Probably wrong, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, that can't go too well. We'll see. I mean, they're not really... Okay, they have sent some units this way, but that's never a good sign. If the AI is splitting their units to go in two different ways, you can almost always guarantee they're making a mistake. Normandy does complete the Red Fort, though, so that's a nice little wonder for them. Is this actually Normandy? I was just had this horrible thought that I'm getting them wrong. Maybe they didn't spawn in properly, and I'm just getting them wrong. No, that is Normandy. That's good. Thank goodness for that. Aquitaine here, their leader is actually Eleanor, who I think it's Eleanor of Aquitaine is the England/France leader in Civ 6. So that's one of the two England leaders, and I think two France leaders as well. Yeah, there's two French leaders. So there you go. That's that mod. I don't really know who's leading the other mods. I know this Britain is led by Winston Churchill. But yeah, I don't really know who's leading any of the other mods. I love the Czechia mod. They've just got some random, very modern dude in like a suit, but he doesn't look like, not the kind of suit like, you know, a prime minister or a president would wear, but more like someone who's like, I don't know, stumbling drunk out of a casino kind of suit with some jeans on. He looks, I don't know what to even describe this look, but it's definitely a very different look to the other leaders in this game. What's the East Germany? Who we got here? This guy. Walter Ulbricht, I assume. I mean, East Germany, that's 30 years ago, right? He might still be alive. Well, I guess maybe not, because it may have been more than 30 years ago that he was around. I just wonder if any of these leaders are still alive. He's not around anymore. Lenin. This is a different Soviet Union mod. I don't know what happened. The one with Stalin stopped working for me, so we got Lenin instead. So there you go. Austria has completed the Taj Mahal. Nice wonder for them to get. And like I said, I think they are a dark horse. Or maybe not a dark horse. Maybe they're just a horse. Maybe they're in there in the running anyway. I can't believe this Belgium city. This has just reminded me of it. The Celts versus England, I think for the second time. Last time we obviously saw Nottingham get given to the Celts in a pretty terrible peace deal, but the AI has been pretty good at avoiding those this game. I wouldn't say any of the peace deals have been terrible. Not sure Poland needed to give away Berlin, but they probably would have lost it anyway, maybe. So, you know, I don't think that's the end of the world to give away Berlin. The Normandy peace deal for Breda and Lyon, I think that was actually really smart. Obviously, France got Paris back. You just gained these two cities. You know, yeah, I think that works out. I mean, Lyon is nearly bigger than Paris already now, so yeah, I think that was a smart move, and it gives them more options, right? If they'd have just taken Paris and France still had these, it would still be kind of awkward to move around and stuff. So I think they actually made a good choice, and then, yeah, I mean, the Nottingham one was the stupid one. That one was bad, and obviously, I mean, Britain made up for it and took it off the Celts anyway. And we have, okay, I was going to say a big war, but no. Sometimes I'm getting the new flags confused. Hungary versus France is not important at all. That does not matter. So, oh, but there we go. Oh, England v France. Okay, I mean, it's probably just going to be a coalition. I was going to say England cannot get to France either. But there we go. We do have some cargo ship trade beginning in the Channel. Denmark down to Normandy. I also see Brittany trading with the Celts, I think. The arrow's still going up. Obviously, I can't scroll far enough and let go, or the line disappears. But it looked like it was coming up here. The Celts are then trading with Ireland. Okay, cool. England are trading all the way around the British Isles up to a British city in Northern Ireland. That is a very weird trade route, but fair enough. Leeds here looks like a good city. Britain is trading with England, so it looks like there might be some alliances here. Maybe the Celts and Ireland together, England and Britain. That is pretty cool. I wish, I'm not gonna. Civ 5 is a great game. Obviously, there are things you'd love to be more complex, but I don't think we can ask for more. That's not fair. So that's not how I want to word this, but you know, obviously games like EU4 and stuff have a slightly deeper like diplomatic relations, and obviously those games are much more in depth, but they're different as well. So I'm not saying, you know, we're never going to get the perfect crossover, but it would be pretty cool if, I think one thing that would be cool maybe in a new Civ just as a feature, instead of sort of overdoing some of the same stuff, like the World's Congress emergencies and stuff. I think are a bit, you know, they're cool, but I don't know, they happen a bit too much every game. Like, there's too many emergencies. There should only be a few in the game. But I don't know why I'm just giving my... I'm not qualified to give opinions on Civ gameplay, by the way. I'm just very casual at that point. You know, I'm not playing it at a higher difficulty as many, or probably for as many hours as many. I'm just trying to be entertaining over a game I like. Never said good, just like. Okay, Poland does settle their city. I don't know how Russia's doing. They had all those settlers. They grabbed one on this island. But yeah, I would like to see like faction kind of thing, just to try it. Or if there's a mod out there that lets it happen, I don't know. That'd be. I know there's teams, but I want them to evolve throughout the game, right? You set up your team with someone. Maybe you can invite somebody else, but then you could kick someone. You know, and then you have your own mini like World's Congress kind of events within that team. So you might vote as a team to declare war on someone else's team, or just another Civ, or to all like not trade with a certain Civ, but just you three in the team, right? That's kind of thing. And then they all have their own mini decisions they can make, kind of like a EU, NATO, something like that. You know, you could have military ones, you could have more economic groups. Could be kind of cool. I think that would be cool. Maybe something they could play with. I don't know. If I was to suggest something, like if I had an idea, like an overall mechanic that I could suggest tomorrow, that would be it. And Ireland did just grab a wonder. I accidentally missed what it is, but there we go. You'll have seen the picture. Normandy and Aquitaine have peaced out, and okay, well that's a bad peace deal, but from Normandy's point of view, that is fantastic. Bordeaux joins the Normandy Empire. That's great. That's what they needed. Right, who's this? Poland and East Germany have peaced out. That's good news for East Germany, who seem to be doing fine anyway. Russia did also grab this island. Sorry, I have no idea what they're called, these islands. If anyone is up to speed with that, then feel free to let me know, and I'll try and use it in my commentaries going forward. Or I can actually, should we have a look? You know, there's always time to learn. Maybe we can all learn something together on this channel. Here we go. I tried to do this whenever there's something we could easily learn, and to do with the map in particular. We just open up the Google Maps and see. Right, so the island that the city of Orenburg there is on for Russia. It's not telling me what the island's called. There's a few cities on it, so that doesn't help. Sorry, Google's let us down. And this other longer island, oh no, that's not it. Visby? No, Visby is the biggest place, but there's also a place called Roma on this island. So there you go. But either way, we didn't learn. But if anyone knows the actual island names, not the cities on the island's names, do feel free to leave a comment, and I'll try to use those going forward, as I always do. If you do comment me on like a pronunciation or a anything like that, I will try and remember it. There's somewhere it's just ridiculous, and I can't. You'll notice I just avoid saying it from that point on. But there's some that we've really learned. Poland actually hasn't. There's a city that Poland has that they settle a lot. For some reason, it's just been taken out of their names list because these cities have come up before it. I'm guessing it's because it's in the Commonwealth's list as well, so maybe it sort of clashed. But there was Łódź, which is not spelled anything like Łódź, which is a Polish city. Normally in Civ, I think it's Lodz. No, that's Lodz. That might be a different. I think that is a Polish city, but that might be a different. I don't know if it's that one. There is definitely one city. I'd recognise it if it was here. It's not here. Where it's pronounced Łódź, and we've gone with that ever since. But obviously, the one downside to that is I put way too much trust in you guys. You guys could completely screw me over and tell me it's pronounced the wrong way. But Finland. We'll fake Finland. Will we go after the Soviets again? It looks like the Soviets are better prepared. They actually have Gatling guns, which is pretty advanced. Don't think we've seen any of those. I'm sure there is, and I've just missed them. But it's good to see some of those. Sorry, if you see the map like reloading, I'm just very conscious my audio's been cutting out in some of the streams and stuff. So I'm just that's when I'm checking in OBS to make sure it's still going. So apologies for that. But I think it's a small price to pay, right, as opposed to a video with no sound. What just happened? I think Britain just lost something. Yes, England, sorry, lost something to the Celts. There you go, Hastings. Falling to the Celts, London is now exposed. Could be interesting. How accurate did they get these cities? Not very. I'm not going to lie. Birmingham's right, but that's because I put them there, and that was just pure luck of the name. That is what I was going for, but they don't spawn in Birmingham. They did spawn here. They would have spawned in London, I think. Did they spawn on top? I can't remember. Maybe they spawned on top of each other. Maybe they actually did get moved. But yeah, I moved them here. Leeds, nowhere near. Nottingham, nowhere near. York, nowhere near. They're all the wrong side of London. Leeds is kind of probably, I don't know, if Edinburgh's here, I'm guessing Leeds is around here, isn't it? Possibly. Yeah, I think maybe a bit further north. Nottingham's like next to Birmingham here. Obviously this map is London and Birmingham. The height difference. Nottingham's like in here somewhere. It's like level with Birmingham, but yeah, I think this map's a bit odd. Like I think Birmingham is actually level with this like hill. Might be wrong again. And no, actually, because then like isn't Manchester and I don't know. We're not. Even my UK knowledge is failing me. This shows that I have not gone very far from where I reside in the UK. I don't know if I've actually given that away. I think I have. Have I said what region? I think I have. Maybe. I think I've implied it. Maybe. I think so. Not like mega close, but I sort of highlighted like it's on the map right now. There's that much. You'll get that much, right? It's not Ireland, it's not Scotland, it's not Wales, it is England. So there you go. It's this part of the map. Somewhere in this circle. There you go. You won't get any more. Denmark has adopted order. I feel like I'm really slowing this down to chat about random stuff, which is not a problem, but I feel some of you probably getting annoyed, so I'll press on with the AI only. I've got to try and, I don't know, I don't have to try anything. I was trying to be entertaining. I don't know. Hopefully you enjoyed these rambling stories. Problem is, that's all the good material. You know, I was saving that for when there's no wars, but Russia has settled a completely random city up here. Fair enough. We'll see how that lasts. I mean, they've got another settler and another one, so it might not be random forever. That could be quite interesting if they keep that up. What else we got going on? Nothing else really. Well, no, there's loads. Wait, are you? I thought they were still at war. They must just be healing. Don't know how. Unless. Oh, Okay, Great Britain versus England. Okay, so yeah, England should die and the Celts and Britain will divide them up. This will be big though. If Britain gets London and York, that would be amazing. So we'll see how that goes. The Soviets and the Finnish kind of war not going too well. I think the Finns declared this war again, and yeah, we'll see how that's not going well. Oh, Austria. Okay, do you actually? Okay, they do border each other, but there is a lake in the way, so they. And East Germany is also in the way here, so yeah, there's no way Austria actually gets to Poland. But this is quite interesting. We'll see how it goes. It could be just a sign, you know, more civs joining against Poland. But here we go. We have another big one, and that is Norway adopting the autocracy ideology. I think was that the second we saw one a second ago, and I've completely forgotten who it was already. Who was the other one? Norway and Denmark. Sorry, Denmark went order. Norway autocracy. So those two, pretty close neighbours, going head to head already in the ideological battle. So that's quite interesting. We will be keeping an eye on that, of course, throughout the rest of the game. No one made it to Iceland. Okay, some civs have found Iceland. Norway's here. Brittany's here now. I'm guessing some of these units have found it and are heading back. But no settlers yet. I think it takes a little bit longer for land units to go in the deep sea. Norway is possibly going to settle in the north of the UK. That would be pretty interesting. Not sure, because on paper they're a really strong civ, so I don't know if these guys would want to mess with that. Because obviously in the AI's mind, I think they do read into the numbers a lot. Like if they see Norway's really strong, they won't attack them, even if they could easily get the city. But then sometimes they don't read into the numbers, so I don't know what exactly will happen. Right, we've got our next coalition. Hungary versus Normandy. Well, that doesn't matter. Poland v Normandy. Nope, doesn't matter. Sweden v Normandy. This feels like it's just countries who got a rough start in the game teaming up on Normandy. Belgium. None of these. Actually, no. Okay, Belgium borders them. But, you know, they look pretty similar. I think they'll be fine. Whose settler is this? The Commonwealth with a settler all the way over in Burgundy, who I was rooting for to win this game. Now, I think they are still at war with Poland and that's sort of fallen flat on its face. But what are they doing? They're not doing great, Burgundy. Not great. But they're in at least they're in contention still. They didn't get the Geo curse. They didn't die in the second episode. Thank goodness for that, right? Do you know what the worst thing is about that curse? Because it happened like 6 or 7 times in a row. Is that, I think it's because I picked the civ that was always too aggressive in episode 1. So it was always inevitable. But the problem with the curse was, at that time, I was making like 15-minute videos. So they were dying after half an hour. Here at least it's like, it's been an hour and a half. You know, that's six episodes of how I used to do it. So they're getting much better. My picks are more informed. We only had one person pick correctly last time, so it'll be interesting if anyone gets it right this time. How is your pick doing? Let me know down in the comments. What has frustrated you the most about your pick? Oh, Ireland. Not going against England, but actually going after Britain. So that's a real mess. And actually, yeah, there you go, Manchester. I didn't even think of this. That's a great move. Probably the only move they actually have been planning this whole game. But there you go. For some reason I felt it was like a backstab. But no, these two, probably notorious rivals. And the Soviet Russians, not regular Russians, have gone autocracy. So it's an autocratic Soviet Russia. If this Russia goes communist with order, that is just going to get very, very confusing, isn't it? But there we go. So this is the third civ to get an ideology. Now, obviously, multiple things go into getting an ideology. It's not just a sign of technology. Technology is one of the good things you need, or you need to have good technology. You need to have 3 good cities to build factories in. That is the important other one. And obviously, then that is dependent on having coal. So there's 3 things that really play into how quickly you get an ideology. Those are the main 3. I know you can, if you're going to get one early, they almost certainly have those 3 things. If you're really far ahead on technology, I know you can unlock them. You unlock one anyway. But Poland does go order, so there we go. It's 2v2. I think it's Poland and Denmark versus Norway and Russia, or the other way around. There we go. Russia also just declared war on Normandy, which does not matter as much. Who's next? Ooh, France going back against Normandy. That is interesting. we'll keep an eye on this. Now things get really interesting. Like I said, they're going to have to hold off Belgium. I wonder if the Dutch get involved. That could be an interesting one. The Netherlands. Oh, look at this poor city. Denmark with the Citadel spam. They are not messing around, Denmark. They look good. They do look good. I'm curious as to what they do next. Because all these civs are kind of... They're not like the best. Like these two in particular, Belgium and the Netherlands aren't like mega good civs. So this is quite interesting. We'll see what they get up to. Right, Brittany seems. Why do you always peace out with France as soon as they go to war with somebody else? That's your time. That's your moment to shine. What are you doing? Well, there we go. Brittany peacing out with the French. Norway. I'm trying to get the flags right. Norway versus Russia. I mean, yes, I guess here could be influential, but importantly, the Finns. The Finnish Swedes also joining in, so they should be able to grab some of these cities. So yeah, Russia, all that settling was not going to work. I think these two islands are pretty good. And even these two, I mean, yeah, they're not going to hold on to them though. And also they themselves, the Finns, have settled here. So I'm loving this. There was the one area on the map I was concerned about it being too easy, was this area. And the AI has just completely left it alone. I don't even think I've seen many scouts in these mountains. And obviously this area is cut off. How did these get up here? Oh, I must have put a fake mountain here. I was going to say, how on earth have they got up there? Poland and Austria have peaced out. That didn't last long. To be expected, really. Poland with a citadel here. East Germany survived. Czechia. They actually have 3 good cities here. Maybe there's still hope. I think there's still hope for a lot of civs. I don't think it's done and dusted yet at all. It's very early days. Belgium completes Big Ben. And yeah, Finland grabbing Bryansk here. And Denmark has entered the modern era. That seems very advanced, but fair enough. It's about halfway to when we usually do the results. That makes some sense. England and France have peaced out already, and Hungary and France peaced out, which didn't make much sense. France, oh, they are maybe going to grab Bordeaux here, which would have been cool. But then I saw that Paris is going to fall. So yeah, big win for Normandy, particularly. I mean, even you don't want to lose Breda, but if you could get this back. Also, they got that up. How did that grow quicker than Lyon? That makes no sense, but fair enough. They're probably going to lose Breda actually to Belgium. So fair play Belgium, but they are going to gain Paris. So again, it's a small trade win, right? If you include the fact they got Bordeaux, although now they might lose it. That could be messy. Aquitaine has now joined against France. Yeah, France is in trouble. Whatever happens here, I think France is going to be eliminated. Denmark completes the Brandenburg Gate. And yes, some cities just fell. Yeah, Paris going to Normandy in particular. Bordeaux should go to France just because they don't have many defensive units around. So at least they'll get that. But then I think Aquitaine probably takes Bordeaux. And then it's a race to Orleans. Breda is definitely going to Belgium. So a few cities changing hands here. And it does look like the Dutch joined in. And I obviously just missed it or didn't remember it. It looks like they are actually fighting in this. I also see them with frigates, which I believe are the first civ with frigates. They also have their sea beggars. Oh no, we have privateers here for Norway, and they have crossed the deep ocean, grabbed a city in the top of the British Isles, and they do now have scouts heading towards Iceland. Oh yeah, they will have only seen the coastline, so once they see what's in the middle, they might come over and settle a bit more, or do some stuff. Yeah, Belgium do grab the city of Breda, that was expected. Bordeaux did fall to France, but like I said, I think Aquitaine will probably take it off them now. And the Celts complete the Porcelain Tower. There we go. And Manchester didn't fall to Ireland. That's pretty tough. I thought they would have got that, so they're not going to be too happy. And yes, there we go. Just like that, Bordeaux falls to France. So a bit of a realign of the powers in France. We should see Orleans go as well, and France be eliminated. Looks like Brittany have missed out, but the rest will be... It's going to be interesting. But yeah, obviously eventually someone is going to have to sort of assume the role of France, I feel, and take out the others. What do we got here? Who is... Great Britain going for freedom. I mean, that is one bonus to the domination only just not working for some reason. I don't know why this is here. Like, I can promise you it was on domination only all 4 of the times, or 5 times. I had to reopen the games and all the tests, so I don't know what's going on. One of the mods must interact with it incorrectly, or I don't know what it is. It's just broken. Very strange, but it won't let me put it as domination only at the moment. We'll look into it for the next one. And there we go, Finland grabbing another city pretty easily, and they should get this one as well. So Russia, inadvertently encouraging this civ to finally go and conquer some stuff. Or get some more land. But good news is, of course, the Soviets held strong. They've not even really looked under threat. They're doing fine. It's actually very peaceful in this part of the map, isn't it? I don't even think these two pieced out, did they? I must have, yeah, they must have done by now. Surely. Surely they're not just sat here chilling with each other. That can't be happening. Denmark v East Germany. Nope. No, they look like they boarded each other. They're so close, but not quite. They're just taunting them. They're like, look at us, we're in a boat, you can't get us. But yeah, it's quieting down a bit. We normally have that. There's normally like a first wave, then a second wave, and then like a third wave in a lot of these games. But the first World's Congress proposals have gone through. City-states are embargoed. Well, that's normal. No happiness from whales. Don't know who proposed that. Obviously someone that doesn't like whale hunting. Seems like a reasonable thing to dislike. But the first embargoements, the first big things. Normandy, who have been on the rough end of the stick. They've been getting a lot of punishment recently. And Norway also getting in a bit of trouble there. And we'll see. I mean, Norway pretty big as well. They are going to control the most important area of water probably on the map. I mean, I know eventually there'll probably be so many boats that these sort of passings will get important as well. The channel's obviously a complete mess, so I don't expect anyone to get completely free access through all of that. But you know, this, you could definitely see someone uniting sort of all of the water here. Ireland's obviously got the water here. The borders will fill it up eventually. So it could be important, but yeah, this area in particular is quite important because you're going to separate the Atlantic and the North Sea civs from the Baltic civs. And there's quite a few, you know, Sweden's here, Denmark's got boats, Russia will have, yeah, a few boats, Poland's got boats. This Finland civ has boats as well. Or this Finland, yeah, the thingy civ. What else we got? And the Soviets have boats too, didn't want to miss that. Their city is huge, by the way, Petrograd. At 27 population. Is that's got to be the biggest in the world, right? It's tied with Amsterdam, and then there's a load on 24. There we go. That got really big really quickly. What is going to happen next? What is the big next event? I think there's still some big events. I mean, obviously someone's going to fill up all this territory eventually. Surely. I don't know. Norway is just killing everyone's boats everywhere by the look of it. Just anyone they're at war with, they're just hunting them down like pirates. Someone's going to colonize Iceland, and you can get a good civ. Like this Iceland is a bigger landmass, or at least a similar landmass to Ireland here. Like I think, yeah, Ireland's actually a bit bigger, but I don't know. This one's a bit wider at this end. We'll never know. I'm not going to count the tiles. If you want to pause and do so, you're more than welcome. But you know, it's similar sized, right? So another good, you get 4 good cities on there, similar to what Ireland have on Ireland. They actually have 5. If you obviously they don't have the Britain city, but if they get that city eventually, they will have it. And here we go. What is going on in Orleans? It is a race to get it, and it looks like we've shown up at the end. Although this unit is an Aquitaine champion, which I think is a great person of some sorts, because they have a name, which means they might not be able to conquer this city. Ideology. Austria joining. Was it Britain in freedom or England? Whoever it was, they've gone freedom too. And here we go. Czechia has declared war on East Germany. So that's a pretty big one. And another ideology. Burgundy, my choice, going order. They have great war infantry now, so that's good. Normandy has completed the Louvre Museum. Russia did just lose their other city up in this northern corner. Just trying to get through everything. Russia did go order, so we have the Order Russia. That's a mess. And the autocratic Soviet Russia. And then we have Belgium also going freedom. Could we actually have a popular freedom ideology for once? That's pretty rare. There we go. So far 4 order civs. Russia, Burgundy, Poland, Denmark. Not particularly close to each other. Actually, no. Russia, Poland, and Denmark are all sort of next to each other. And then they're both next to Burgundy as well, actually. So no, that seems fine. It's always cool when they are sort of related to each other. Britain, Belgium, both freedom. I mean, fairly close, but not super close on this map by any means. And again, Belgium and Austria, sort of close, but not really. And then Norway and the Soviets, the only autocratic civs. So quite interesting choices there, although 2 more have just picked, and that doesn't load up right now. So we'll see who those are. East Germany just declared war on Aquitaine. They again do not border each other. This random Karl Marx city is now at 15 population for East Germany, but sadly I don't see them getting Graz to sort of all connect it together. France should die, like, surely in the next few turns. Belgium, though, is actually going to get Lyon here. So Normandy, I don't know what they're doing. They're entertaining, but it's not necessarily going too well for them. The Commonwealth has also gone freedom, and Hungary have gone order. So it looks like autocracy is going to be left behind. Belgium completes the Statue of Liberty. They went freedom, so that makes sense. Actually, I think you have to go freedom to get the Statue of Liberty. I think that is a prerequisite. London has fallen. And no, we're not talking about that movie that I don't think I watched. But there we go. We've got to get everything in there. London falls to the Celts. Okay, what else? Denmark has declared war on Aquitaine. Well, that doesn't matter. They killed off France. I think they're the first civ to... No, Germany's completely dead. Sorry, Germany. Germany and France. The two you know, two of the biggest countries in Europe in the modern day just died first. Brittany has now declared war on Aquitaine because, you know, they're not bigger than France and scarier than France, who you couldn't beat or anything. But good luck with that. And there we go. What else? Oh, and the Soviets did peace out with the Finns. And they gave away Minsk. Oh my goodness. These guys are going to go into like God mode. I can feel it. They may not have started at super strong, but why would you give this away? At no point were you even close to losing it. That is a terrible peace deal. But that will be it for this episode. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new to the channel. And if you are already subscribed, I would appreciate it if you could... What would I appreciate if you to do? Just send me £1 million? No. I would appreciate it if you could turn on the notifications. That would mean quite a lot to me. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.